Mwaka 2008, Sophia Wanjiru, mama mwenye miaka 49, alianza kuugua hali ya utumbo kutofanya kazi vizuri, ila hakujua hali hii ingemletea shida kubwa. Baadaye akapelekwa hospitali ya St. Mary's Lang'ata na kufanyiwa upasuaji, ila baada ya miezi 6 bado hali yake ya ugonjwa kwa jina hernia ikamzidi.
I still have another operation that is nagging me. That was a hiatal hernia. And the operation was done at St. Mary's Lang'ata. And okay, I thought I would be okay, but it wasn't to be.
Hali ya hernia ni wakati sehemu ya tumbo inapanuka kupitia sehemu fulani ya ndani ya kifua. Hali hii inaweza kusababisha dalili kali za asidi, na mara nyingi dalili hizi zinaweza kutibiwa na dawa. Ikiwa dawa hazifanyi kazi, basi daktari huweza kutoa ushauri kuwa upasuaji kufanyika, hali iliyomfanyikia Sophia Wanjiru mwaka 2018. Mwaka 2019 akafanyiwa uchunguzi zaidi, kwa kawaida huitwa ultrasound, ila katika hali hii hangeweza kwenda choo.
And from there, since last year, August, okay, I went for ultrasound. Then from there, again, I went for I wasn't getting stool. It was so hard on me. I could feel a lot of pain. I could go for days without stool. And they decided, okay, fine, we'll check on your stool. There was nothing. They thought of H. pylori, it wasn't there.
Alipotembelea kituo cha afya Septemba mwaka jana, ikabainika kuwa hana damu ya kutosha, ila bado alikuwa na shida ya tumbo. Tarehe 17 Novemba mwaka jana, akakitembelea kituo cha afya maeneo ya Karen kwa jina St. Odilia's kwa matibabu zaidi.
So Madam Sophia Wanjiru is a patient who presented to me on the 17th of 2020 last year. She had this persistent symptoms for vomiting and abdominal pains, which was not going away despite proper treatment and despite the many drugs she had been given from other facilities.
Daktari baada ya kufanya majaribio kadhaa aliafikia kuwa
in September I was seriously sick. I went there, my blood was just vanishing. October it was vanishing even more. November, because I was so shocked, on date 17 I was told that after the stool and blood they checked, I had hemorrhoids. I have a lot of hemorrhoids blocking my anus, my rectum, sorry. And after that, okay, they told me I have colon cancer. Date 17 November.
Masaibu ya Sophia yakagonga hodi tarehe 24 Novemba mwaka jana.
So I took a special interest and keen interest on her, given that she was not improving and she was sick. She was sick looking. So I took a step further and did a test called CEA. CEA is a test that is a tumor marker among other tumors.
Chumba hiki cha upweke anamoishi peke yake kikiwa tumaini lake. Msikiti wa Jamia ukampa cheki ya shilingi 10,000, ila hela hizo zikawa hazitoshi kufanya uchunguzi zaidi hospitalini.
We presented it to the German doctors on the same 3rd of December, and they told us no. I think it was that. No, it was written on the 3rd, but I took it on Monday, I think 9th. They told us no, it can't cover anything.
Daktari Sylvester Sila, ambaye ndiye daktari anayomshughulikia kwa sasa, alifanya uchunguzi wake ukampa dalili za saratani.
If you want to diagnose, if you want to raise a suspicion index about any type of a cancer in body, you do the tests. You do tumor markers, and we have several tumor markers. We have PSA, which is specific for the prostate gland. We have the one for breast is called CA15. Yes, CA15. we also have one another tumor marker, which is also an ovarian tumor marker. Is also, I think it's CA125. So this time round for her, given that she had these abdominal pains which were not going away, I did that test to be able to rule out that any possibility of cancers or any suspicion index of having maybe cancer. So the test was high, and it raised my suspicion index that she could be maybe having something that could be causing maybe a cancer-related thing in her body. So since the test was high, I thought from my own medical point of view and judgment that it would be very, very advisable for her to do a colonoscopy and endoscopy.
Nilikutana na mtaalamu wa masuala ya saratani nchini Kenya, Daktari Nyongesa Wata, ambaye ni daktari katika kituo cha saratani nchini kwa jina Texas Cancer Center, na ndiye nahodha katika hospitali ya rufaa ya Kenyatta, kitengo cha saratani.
In Kenya, we see about 2,300 new cancer cases of colon every year, and unfortunately we lose about 63% of the patients every year.
Because I'm not ready to handle the stage of the colon cancer at the moment.
Mbali na hofu ya kukosa pesa kushughulikia hali yake, Sophia ana msongo wa mawazo, jambo ambalo Daktari Nyongesa anakariri kuwa hatari.
Some of the signs and symptoms can mimic very common ailments that all of us may have suffered from, and this leads to misdiagnosis or late diagnosis of this cancer.
And I'm still confused because I don't think they'll take me up to the end, because cancer is a killer disease for sure, I know. And I'm not worried, as in it is colon and rectum.
Japo saratani ya utumbo huwa na mambo mengi, huenda ikachanganya madaktari na magonjwa mengine, kama anavyodokeza Daktari Nyongesa.
So the test was high for this Madam Wanjiru, who is my patient. As we've seen currently, the cancer cases in Kenya are on the rise, and we are discovering more and more cases of cancer. So the best thing is early detection. This is what I want us to do for this lady. And just like very many other Kenyans, our finance is also a big aspect of everything.
So I'm appealing to anyone. So far, I'm feeling a lot of pain currently because I can't afford 41,550 to get the colonoscopy and the endoscopy upper GI, so that I can take the results back to the doctor at St. Odilia's.
Mbali na ugonjwa anaotaka usaidizi Sophia, eneo hili anakoishi la Mwihoko, kaunti ya Kiambu, majirani si wema kwake.
Currently where I am, people are plotting to bring the area chief so that they can relocate me. And according to them, I look like I may die in this single room, which they are trying to avoid so much. So in fact, that one is still eating me up. I'm a single mother, and for sure I don't know. It's so hard for me. Right now I have ulcers even on my throat. There's nothing that is going down my stomach.
Daktari Nyongesa anasisitiza kuwa kuzuia saratani hii ya utumbo na mkanganyiko wa matibabu ni vyema kuchukua tahadhari mapema.
Why do we have this late diagnosis or misdiagnosis? Because sometimes patients with colorectal cancers may present with no symptoms at all, and sometimes with some symptoms. For example, a change in the bowel movement. One may have constipation alternating with diarrhea, abdominal pain, blood in stool, and even weight loss. This, as I mentioned, there are symptoms which can also occur in patients with hemorrhoids, stomach upset from other conditions, and even other infections.
Kwa maumivu ya kiakili na hata ya kimwili yanayopitia Sophia, ombi lake ni wasamaria wema kuja kumpa usaidizi, ila anaonekana kuwa mwenye hofu zaidi.
So when I told her about the test and everything, she cited financial constraints, and that's why we are calling Kenyans of good wishes and everybody who would want to give her second chance, maybe by helping her come up and also us come up with the right diagnosis. We would really appreciate your support. We pray that Lord will be gracious to us and that we'll find someone who will be able to support this lady and improve her livelihood.
So hard on me. I'm straining a lot, financially, mentally, emotionally. I'm out of words already.
Kwa habari zaidi kama hizi, bonyeza kidude cha subscribe kisha gonga kengele kwenye Straight News kwenye YouTube.
I've already written my will as a Muslim. I'm ready for anything. And my mosque imam and the elder men who are in the mosque that we wrote the will together are always ready for me, and whatever the outcome, even after the treatment, I'll appreciate.
Trying to exercise helps to reduce the risk of colon cancer. Obesity is not very good because it increases your chance of this cancer. Use of tobacco and alcohol are not healthy at all. Some studies have shown that the use of red meat, especially excessive use, can increase the risk of colorectal cancer. If you have a strong family history of colorectal cancer, then it is good for you to be aware that you could be getting this cancer. But as I said, sometimes really you have no risk factor at all in your family, but you get this cancer. So it's important to watch out for things like altered bowel habits, blood in stool, weight loss, and just some kind of indigestion. We always say, do not ignore the gut feeling. You just feel something is not good or right with your gut. Go to the doctor and get checked and get screened.
I urge the government that if they would subsidize the very many, yes, among many other tests, but also the most important tests that could really define life or death to someone. For example, cancer cases which are on the rise, if early detection and early detection is very key. So even to detect them early, some of these modalities are very expensive. We urge the government if it would subsidize the tests that are needed for early detection of these cancers and more, that Lord, that we will be able to be, we as the primary health workers will be able to be on high alert and help improve the life.
So in total, how much do you want?
41,550.
Mm. 41,550.
The tests will be done at the German Medical. Yeah, KMA House on your way to Kenyatta Hospital.
Nikiripotia Straight News kutoka eneo la Mwihoko, kaunti ya Kiambu. Mimi ni Ode Francis.